Was it hard to let go? Yes, very hard, and not it had nothing to do because I quit cold turkey for one. For two, that was the strength of God, because a lot of people can't just stop whatever their vice is.
Yeah.
Was it hard? Yes, because it was something that was of the norm.
You're right. Gotcha.
Correct. So with it being something of the norm for me, the same way you put your socks on is the same way I put my socks on. But right now, under the condition that I'm in, I might need an aid. I might have to bend over a little weird or whatever. But at the end of the day, by the grace and mercy of God, my socks is still on like yours.
Yes.
Regardless of how you do it.
Yes.
Some people have to go through classes. Some people have to, leave completely their atmosphere, people, places. Some things will remind you. You can get up and go out, and we can go have lunch right now. You may have 2 or 3 cocktails, and I'll have a mocktail, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If it, especially if it's affecting my health or state of mind, of how far I've gotten. So
it sounds like you were on a journey.
Definitely.
And you went through a period where you had to make some significant changes.
Correct.
And it was not easy to make those changes.
I had to let go of people that I absolutely loved, and
so once again,
for your peace.
Absolutely.
So once again, it comes back to
the
sometimes you gotta get rid of a piece to get your peace.
That's true.
You gotta get rid of a piece of your life to have the peace that you really are seeking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think was that?
Correct.
What was one thing that made you decide? Okay, now my trajectory is going to be different. Like, what made you decide I need to make these changes?
Because I had always heard God say it was time.
Okay.
And I was running from it because I was scared that I wasn't worthy enough until I found out. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Until I found out that's where he wants you at. He wants you at the absolute bottom where you just can't take it anymore. So he can lift you up and you can exalt him.
Wow.
That's where he wants you at. He wants you at your bottom so you can be your best for his glory. Period.
Wow.
That's what I learned throughout that silent moment of realizing that friends dropped off. And I said, wow, that person wasn't my friend in the first place. Or people just disappeared. And you felt like you were used and abused in so many ways that could have been, tapered or could have been handled differently.
Right.
Could have been handled differently. And the story or the journey that I'm going through is him making it her, whatever you guys believe, but God is God, and the story that he's telling me at this point is, it's not about you. You are made uniquely as who he wants you to be.
Right.
Be you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Right.
That's fine. But ultimately, it's for the glory of God.
Wow.
And you are his servant. Do as you're told. And you'll get anything and everything that you need or want.
Right.
He will provide.
Yeah. Yeah, God is awesome.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about how when we're at our bottom, I just say silly humans.
Right. Silly.
Because how many times have I been at my bottom and then, you know, just like Peter when he fell into the water and like, save me.
Yeah.
And then he saves you. And then once again, a couple of situations later, you back again.
Yeah.
Oh, save me.
Yeah.
He saves you again.
Yeah.
And just like, have you not learned?
I know.
Right.
Short-term memory.
I'm going to save you every time, but
God, he will always be there.
What I really want you to do is to continue walking on this water. Continue to focus on me.
Yeah.
It's a healing process for you, yes, to grow, but it is definitely a healing power of faith. You have to learn faith. I've been through so much. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust a bottle of water. Okay? But you gotta have faith that water is good if the seal is not broken. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You better drink it because you go pass out.
Yeah.
Especially now, you guys got Texas heat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we need that water.
Glad y'all here right now.
We are glad too. My mom said today, it's hot. It's going to be 86. I said,
right. You guys
sounds
are in
nice
the
to
triples.
me.
That's a nice night in Texas.
This is nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. I feel like the closest I've ever been to God, up until this date, the closest I ever was to God was when I was at my lowest. When I was in my darkest valley, when I was most heartbroken, when things didn't make sense. And for people that know me, I'm a planner.
Yes.
And things, they go this way, and if I do this, then this will be the outcome.
Yes,
and so when I did this,
we
and
got in
that
trouble.
wasn't the outcome.
Me and
I'm
Angie
like,
me and Angie got in trouble all the time.
Oh my gosh.
We were
I
always
mean, it's
late.
just so very simple.
Very
2
simple.
plus 2 will always equal 4, okay? So when I did all my math for life and I expected to be in a certain place and I was not there at all, and actually in the opposite of what I thought, I thought I could kind of control my future.
Yeah,
right. Silly humans. I thought I could, if I do this, good outcome. But no, you know what the Bible promises us?
Yeah.
Trials and tribulations.
Right.
That's a promise. I think I've said this before.
Right.
I'm gonna say it again. But yeah. So this particular very long period of time where it was very dark. I was fighting.
Was this the time when I told you that I had you were actually videoing this, and you were doing a lot of aesthetics and you would read the Bible, but yet you had the prayer. It was like a prayer room, and then you were doing exercises and meditation, yogas and things like that.
Oh yeah.
At the time, I couldn't get on the floor because there was no way for me to get back up.
I did. I did.
But I was very
it was that
inspired by how she was working her mood out. And that goes back to the beginning when I stated a lot of the times you could be going through something and your friend or your family member may be going through something as well, and you have no clue. At the time, I'm thinking, oh, she's just showing yoga. When I thought about it and thought about who I'm looking at and the person that I know and love dearly, I said, oh no, that's something else. She's looking deeper into something, and it was so deep that it made you reflect on yourself. Right.
Yeah, it was very therapeutic. It was therapeutic for me. I had to do something. Thing. I had to do something because even though God is amazing and He will save you, He still wants you to do something. Yeah, I mean, faith without works is dead.
That's
so
right.
I can't just have all this faith and not work towards something. So that was the period. You couldn't tell. I don't think you could tell from the outside that I was in a dark place.
No, not at all.
You couldn't tell.
Unless you
and it wasn't. I wasn't being fake.
Yeah,
I wasn't being fake or anything about it. It was just my way of dealing with it. It's like I got to get out of this. But I set out to say that was when I was my closest to God.
Oh yeah.
And that's where that's when I started doing all my writings.
Yeah.
So what I sent you was what I needed for myself to pull me out of the darkness. Yeah. And I was like, well, maybe to help somebody else. So I sent you exactly what I wrote out. And it had scriptures. It had songs for you to listen to.
Yes, it did.
Now, I'm just sending it like, here you go. And I didn't know till we actually met in person. Yeah. When I came back to Buffalo, maybe like a year and a half ago, that it did what it did for you. Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even. God will use you, and you don't even know. And you have it could just be like a simple act, a simple prayer, a simple call, and you have no idea what God is really doing in the background, or how much it means to someone to just get a call. That's right. Like when me and Angie called you, FaceTime you the other day. God, yes. We're just like, let's just. I didn't even know
Angie was going to Texas, and then I'm like, oh my God, like at first I thought you guys were here. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, the crew is back.
We back, y'all.
But even down to what CJ was saying, you have a best friend, and you like, oh, I didn't hear from him for a little while. Something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if you know the person, then you know. Mm-hmm. If you don't, then you might think it's just for show or what have you. Yeah. Like right now, you might think me, Kim, this is the podcast that she's doing with, Rosalinda and CJ, and she's talking about God and this, that, and the third, or whatever. No, I'm actually changed. Yeah. Oh, He healed me in several different ways. Yeah. This is definitely not. This isn't a show.
Right. No, absolutely not. No, I don't think you're capable. No, you're not capable of.
Oh, no. I don't even know how to do that.
She can't act. No. You can't.
That part, I can sing to you. But I can't
act. No. I do. I've seen a change in you, a change for the better. I see a glow in you. I see hope in you. But there's some things that's always been consistent with Kim, and I think she's always been real. It's just real. So Period. She was real before, she's real now. That's right. And actually, I think there was a debate the other day going back to the girl groups of TLC, that Crazy Sexy Cool album, right? Mm-hmm. So we all kind of identified with one. But now you're gonna have to take it up with Angie. She couldn't remember if she was cool or you were cool. Now that's what I said. Kim was cool, and Angie was the crazy one. She was like, no, I was cool. I was like, no, Kim was the cool one. Was the cool one. You was crazy. You was a good crazy, but you was the crazy one.
Right. Angie, we couldn't, we had to pace ourselves with telling Angie something, because otherwise it was going to go down.
Yeah, it was a good crazy. The crazy is very beneficial for her. Yeah, beneficial for me. I'll use her.
Good balance.
It's a good balance.
It was a good balance. Balance. You just made me laugh because you and I were balancing if we should answer that door when Angie ran away, and she was at my house on Utica in the attic.
Oh my!
Oh, so you got closet in the attic. Hideout or something?
No, she had gotten in trouble at home.
Oh my! And
that sounds like
we got so many
stories. Oh my goodness, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
oh my God. That's my home girl, and we were laughing earlier about Angie was right. If it felt too good and we're hesitant about calling Rosalinda, it's wrong. You're wrong. Now we have her second part now, which is a good thing, because I can say, yo, CJ, listen, I'm gonna need you to. Mm-hmm. I need you to look at him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I need you to ask him a couple questions.
Oh, gladly. They can go through the same vetting she went through.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
No problem. Something hit me when y'all were talking about, faith without works. And Peter had faith to get out of the boat, but he had to walk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's where I think a lot of us, and I know in my times, I had faith that God was there, but I was too afraid to start walking.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's what's required.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But the holistic faith in Christ is that I can get on this water and I can walk toward him. And if I start to drown, he still will save me.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the wisdom of my drownings, you have a lot more freedom to be more of yourself and not hold back and not have that fear of what's going to happen, what's going to do this.
Mm-hmm. And that's the word.
Yes.
Fear.
Yes.
There's things that we're taught. Prejudice is taught. That's how I feel. Fear is taught. When you're a child, that's hot. Don't touch it. Kevin Hart. Don't touch it. That's hot. You know, so you don't want to get popped. You know what I mean? The fear factor of getting up to walk. Nope, I'm gonna fall again.
Right.
And I say that because today I'm walking.
You're
I'm
literally talking about walking too.
Walking.
Yeah. We're not figuratively speaking.
Yes. I'm debilitated at times, and today I'm walking. Okay, but you're not gonna catch me jump down that step because I fell before getting too excited about the fact that I could walk the last time.
Right.
Now I walk with my cane. I have a cane for each and every occasion, so you don't have to exclude me out of anything.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know.
Okay. She got canes.
Hey, I got accessories with this.
Right. Okay.
Keep it moving.
and that's what my motto used to be. K.I.M. Keep it moving.
Oh, I love it.
There we go.
But like you said, fear. You know, you like, wait a minute, no, because last summer I had an incident where I was walking. I was excited. I was about to go out, and I'm throwing my clothes on. I put my wedges on. In my mind, I knew that I could walk.
Right.
My physical body was not ready for it.
Yeah.
I put my wedges on. I'm walking. I'm going to the door. I got too excited. They say it was a mild stroke. And I fell and broke my arm.
Oh.
My right arm, my dominant arm. Listen, those wedges is over there in the cut. Now, if anybody need them, you can have them. But in the meantime, these sweet old Reeboks, you know, these little flat shoes, I might even pick up some Skechers.
Okay.
But,
Sponsors.
you
know,
I know.
we ain't sponsored yet, but there you go.
But I'm more comfortable that way without a wedge.
Right.
And because my fear is I don't want to fall again. Now, will I try again? Yeah, I may if I feel that strong. But the fear factor of getting up to walk for that faith is definitely a huge accomplishment if you've gotten over the fear factor and you don't feel fear anymore. You don't have to feel fear because he already took that from us by giving us his son.
Wow.
So,
and he also gave us wisdom too.
oh,
Wisdom,
absolutely,
too.
yeah, of course.
To know. That's something I'm learning because I'm kind of, all right, let's just go. I'm like, is that really the smartest thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
It's probably not the smartest thing.
The go factor, you know, but if you have it, don't lose it, you know.
Yeah.
Like this summer has been really good, and granted, I'm in a debilitated state. I could be sitting in the house all day long. A good friend of mine stated to me, I don't know what you're doing, but it's warm outside. Put on something, figure it out, and go outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And I did it, and it made me feel better. Even if it was just to go to the corner store, you know. I left my vehicle and I walked to the corner store with my cane, which was awesome. Yeah. And I felt accomplished. You know, wisdom is you gotta think. If you're gonna do it.
Right.
If my whole body is debilitated, but my arms move, you can still do it. They have people out here running with no legs.
That's true.
Come on.
Yeah, right.
If you got a headache, but you still talking and you're still being able to be social, give out the message that you have to somebody else about your migraines.
Right.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, you can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, your head hurt, but you can talk.
Right.
Use everything you have. Period. Because otherwise, you're just letting it go to waste. For what?
Yeah. Wow.
For what?
Oh, yeah.
So I know, I'm just going to say that I don't know everything you've gone through physically, but I know you've gone through physically. And you've talked about having different ailments, not able to do something, getting back on your feet and doing it. But what I've seen is that in the short amount of time since we've reconnected, significant health issues, but I feel like you were always fighting, like you were doing your part. And I think that is something to highlight, because there's so many people who are just discouraged or have no hope. And I do believe a lot of your hope comes from your faith and your belief in God and your relationship with God. So I feel like you've gotten closer to God, you're hearing God more, and it's giving you hope. I'm sure it's not an everyday thing where I'm hopeful. I'm sure you have your days where you're just like, I'm tired, right?
Yeah. And this isn't for me. But it is from me. And it's not fun. I do have my days. I'm emotionally, mentally exhausted. Physically, I'm going through challenges at this point. You may know it, you may not know it, but I have kidney and liver failure at this time. Due to me having that sacrifice of the different coping mechanisms that I engaged in years ago, it takes a toll on you physically. And this is just the test to have a testimony and letting others know, you know, I'm at peace with myself to the point if I don't make it, I don't make it. But if I do, I would like everyone else to know this is not an easy journey at all. No, it's not. You have your happy days, you have your bad days. If you have that relationship with God, then that is number one. Two, if you have family members or friends that you can reach out to, great. If you're alone, that does not mean it's a bad thing. Alone just simply means that you're able to focus more on me personally. This is my answer.
Okay.
Alone just means that you're able to focus more on you. Focus more on what it is that you have to do to make things right.
Okay.
Again. None of us are perfect. We'll never be perfect. So you could try and try and try again. We're never going to be perfect. We're always going to be thriving or looking for that new thing to complete you. And if you can't complete yourself within yourself, by yourself, you can't complete anybody else.
Yeah.
Your children, your significant other, your husband, your wife, whatever. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You have to be within you. So I take it as, I get upset about it. I'm mad at me. Then I take it as a blessing. He sat me down and said, listen, everybody get away. Kim, it's time for you to sit down and you do you. Period.
Yeah.
That's it. And I've done that. And like I said, we were talking about a friend of mine. I didn't want to do this today. And the message that came through was actually about a piano.
Okay.
The foot pedals.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find the right foot pedals because this particular piano is a what do you call it? Antique.
Okay.
Yeah.
So It goes all the way to brass, as far as it goes for these particular foot pedals. He found a pair from his grandfather that he's willing to go ahead and refurbish this piano. But the message that he sent me, again, had absolutely nothing to do with me saying I didn't want to do this today. It was about the piano. But what he said was, God is awesome. And why wouldn't he wait? I'm paraphrasing. Why wouldn't he wait to give you the best?
And people don't correlate waiting with best. So
Correct.
Yeah, that's an interesting statement.
So with the fact that I get emotionally and mentally exhausted and I say, Rosalind, I need to talk to you. I'm done. I'm sick of this. Just forget it. I don't want to go through the process, the testing, the poking, the prodding, the blood transfusions, the matching of the donors, the depression. I don't want to do it anymore. I could say that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And today, the piano message came to me quite clear and very loud, and said, hurry up and finish this conversation. Get dressed. You kept texting me and my phone wasn't going off. Yeah. Now you just heard it go off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that it was on silent. You kept texting me saying you were coming. And I said, okay, it's late. Let me hurry up and get up because I know I'm going to get in trouble with Miss Planner. For one.
I actually scheduled out a grace period. So
Right.
we're actually on time.
Right. But then that message of the piano itself was, you probably are tired. But I'm testing you. Let's see how long you're going to wait, regardless of your ups and downs and your battles within yourself and all of that. Because maybe I'm waiting on the best liver transplant for you to be your best so you can be your best for me. And
message right there.
That is.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I was at. So I kind of hurried up and tried to get my life together real quick. And either way, I was going to make sure that I was with you guys. But I appreciate you both for allowing me to be able to say a few things. And I hope that I am a message. I don't want to be anything other than a message to someone if necessary. If not necessary, hey, I had a good time. But
oh no, I'm sure this
is definitely a memorable moment. But if you can allow me to elaborate, but I am working with UNOS, UNOS, and they work with kidney and liver transplants. And it's not just about living donors or deceased donors. It's also a support group. There are many places within that particular site that you can go to. I laughed because one of the administrators stated, Google is a lie, but they're not. UNOS is just the truth in regards to updated information that you would need if you're in this particular position. If you would like to be a donor, if you need a donor, if you need support groups, if you just want to be nosy and find out
curious
what's going on, how do people handle this? And you don't have to give your whole liver, just a portion.
Well, listen, but here's the thing, because you put a post on Facebook a couple weeks ago about this. I think, number one, that was one of the bravest things I've ever seen, especially knowing how protective you are of your bubble and your privacy. So she put a post up to talk about her now being qualified or able to receive, eligible to receive a liver transplant. And you put like your blood type up because you have to be compatible in that. And I was just like, that is so brave. And I know you hit that submit button. And I'm sure you were like
tremors that day.
I could just see you like it had to be God that was just like
like here,
because that's just like being so vulnerable, right?
It was very.
I'm telling you, she's been fighting, and that was so brave, and I like admire you for displaying that characteristic of yourself of, I'm not going to give up, I'm going to be brave. But once you put that up, even though I'm in the medical field, I have a little bubble too. Yeah. I do like speech and language and communication. I don't know too much about like organ transplants or things like that. So I was talking to CJ and I'm like, what is it, live donor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what does that mean? So we looked it up, and I had no idea. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. People don't know this. Like, in order to how do you say it? Give as a live donor, as you said, you don't have to be deceased to do it. Like the liver, I looked up, is the only organ in the body that can regenerate.
It rejuvenates itself immediately,
like within weeks. So. If you have a good liver, you give a little piece to somebody, your liver will just grow back and just I didn't know like any part of our body did that. So number one, I was amazed by that. Number two, the person that receives the liver, the portion of the liver, that can regenerate into a healthy one.
Exactly.
Girl, I had no idea.
Little piece.
I had no idea.
Yep.
A little
piece.
I mean, so I wanted that to be clear. I mean, because I have like on my ID, if I pass away, I want to be a organ donor.
I am as well.
Me too.
But I thought that's the only way you can donate part of your body is to pass away.
No.
But you can be. So it makes sense now. A live donor.
That is,
And it's not a simple procedure, but it's something that within weeks.
Reasonable.
I think within weeks, your liver is working the way it was before you did the procedure. So
dropping seeds, growing things.
That's
blessing.
It is.
Right.
It is.
It's a blessing to someone else if somebody has an extra liver somewhere.
I know, right? Like all you have to be is blood compatible.
Right.
And so, like we were talking about, I don't even know my
and
blood
living
type yet. We had to look that up.
A fairly healthy life or what have you. But again, is no pressure. Because either way, I'm at peace. And again, as my piano friend would say, maybe my wait is for him to find the exact match that is going to get me exactly where he needs me to be, to be of service to whoever he needs me to be of service to.
Right.
Even if it's me, for that matter, to service myself. I've been promising you for years, I'm coming. As soon as I get healthy, I'm like, I'm coming. I'm gonna get down there. Yeah. And then I'm thinking like, oh God, I gotta get on a plane with a cane and a walker and this, that, and the third. And who's gonna pick me up from the airport? And oh my God, and it's just so much. And I don't want to be a burden on the next person, you know what I mean? So, I missed one of the most memorable times that, unfortunately, I could not help, which was your wedding. The wedding. Oh my God, you are that guy. Oh, man. You touched my heart. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, I got married the same day you got married. I said, I was mad now. But we talked about marriage and kids and all that stuff for years. And I wasn't there, and that was, I cried for weeks about that. And
I know you couldn't. I know you would if you if you could. And I
know it.
Oh yeah.
And because I'm gonna get up and go. I will go. I don't care where we at. I'm out. Like I will leave in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I gotta come back home though. I love Buffalo. But yeah, I just want to get better.
Yeah.
So we can make some more fun, memorable moments going forward.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah.
But it is a pleasure to meet this guy, CJ. I mean, I met you before, but I was giving you the up and down.
I'm gonna say this,
y'all. When they first met,
it's a pleasure to finally meet Kim.
Kim.
Yeah.
The one that's been
the one
talking
that was
to
in
herself.
the corner.
Yeah.
That Kim. Yeah.
Because you can see the growth, and that's
Yeah.
something that I kind of told her, just like from the first time that we've met to where you're at now. I was like, yeah, she's different.
Yeah.
She's different.
Well, you both have a certain characteristic where you're protective, and
aren't you on the border?
huh?
You on the 22nd? I'm
Yeah.
August 9th.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
on my birthdays.
Yeah.
We're Leos.
I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
I'm on the
Yeah.
But
cusp.
maybe.
You're on the cusp. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's. I mean, I was mama. I was mama lion. He was the cub. I was like,
I'm telling you, she had her guards up.
Yeah, I was like,
He had his guards up when they first met. It was interesting, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think you're just being protective of,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
space, and
absolutely.
it was all love. It wasn't
Oh no, it was
anything
all love.
horrible, but
No,
it was
no.
interesting to watch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yes,
funny.
but after the the guards come down, you can really just see who
See
that person
the
is.
person that, and
Um,
that's what I wanted him to know, is that, you know what I mean, I'm not just this fly-by friend that popped up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm glad that he was able to meet Angie and I, because whether you know it or not, you are our significant other. So
Well, I will say this. I mean, they are one of the reasons why I am this way. It has a lot to do with,
Yeah.
she was
your
very
youth,
shy.
right?
But she,
Oh, I was crazy shy.
Yeah, but
I was crazy shy.
she allowed herself to be free when she was with us,
Oh, yeah.
but only with us. Well, she had a couple of other friends
I
that were out
mean,
there. There's a
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
other friends that were out there, but I'm saying in regards to, I could speak for, I'm sure Angie won't mind, but I could speak for Angie and I. The way we were,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, the way you were able to come out,
Mm-hmm.
it was, this guy here,
Mm.
she's actually extremely funny, whether you guys know it or not, but she, yes, and very open, when it comes down to things, and if it's a matter of fact and she said no, then that's what it is. So you gotta
I'm well balanced.
exactly, that's the word.
Word for the day. I'm well balanced.
Well balanced.
Yeah, but no, I feel like I learned how to be cool and funny by people I grew up with. So, yeah, I think I remember like asking her how to be like cool. Like, how do I be cool?
Yeah.
And Kim taught me how to be cool.
Yeah.
So we have videos and everything. and
That's
you
hilarious.
know,
I can't wait to see those.
yeah,
Y'all?
your dad
Y'all ready
has
for that?
though. Your dad.
my
has
dad
that.
probably.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all on
I'm sorry.
VHS.
Rest his soul. But yeah, mom.
You came.
what happened?
You were at his service. I mean, you were at his service.
No, I in my head. He's
No,
still
I'm
alive
saying
to me.
because she was saying she couldn't be there, for our wedding, but she was there.
I was there for
my father's service.
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like you
yeah.
pushed to be there, so
Yeah.
so that's why I said I know you would be there if you could.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, I have a lot of VHSs.
But so we have to go through those. I have a
Dances and
VCR
everything.
downstairs. So
Do you?
Yes, I just have to grab it and see if it still works. But that would be awesome if you could find them.
Yeah. Goodness.
I think we could put them on disc now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
you
you can
transfer
send them
everything
to
over
somebody.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
send them to somebody and they'll
And
do that.
I ran into a huge bag of disposable cameras that we had.
Oh wow, that were
And
not developed.
Correct.
I'm scared. I don't know if we should develop
So I just
these.
put in 4 yesterday, and that was about estimated $50.
I don't think the young people know what we're talking about. You don't know what disposable cameras are.
Okay.
You know, look it up. Like, what are they talking about?
Look it
Why
up.
would they throw their phone away?
Right. But yeah, I'm gonna go through them like every couple of weeks, and see which ones I can pull up from when we were over.
Oh, that sounds like a fun adventure.
Yeah,
just to see what these
because
pictures
I know we have way more pictures of us.
Yeah,
you know, as kids and things like that. So you know, you guys can have them and put them in your little portrait book.
Okay, cool.
I can't wait to see some little pictures of you.
Oh, you won't recognize him. You wouldn't. He just looks so different over the years.
Oh,
yeah. I love it. This was fun. I'm so happy that even though I think you were on the fence about doing this, I'm happy that the piano guy came through. The Lord spoke through this piano.
He always
He's always
giving us messages.
I know. We just gotta listen. So I'm happy you listen. I'm glad that you allowed us to come here to just tell a little bit of your story. I feel like this is gonna really help a lot of people. And even though you keep saying it's not for me, I think that this is good for you. I think this is therapeutic for you.
Terrence, the shout out to my sister's husband.
Mm-hmm.
He was waiting for 7 years for a kidney.
Oh.
You know, and he got his kidney, you know,
I didn't know that.
like a day before his birthday.
Wow.
Which was awesome this year. And, you know, I was excited for him that it boosted me. He didn't realize it boosted me. Like, oh, I'm going
right.
to. And sure enough, 2 weeks after that, they called me and told me, oh, you are a candidate.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa. You know, so it's just so many small things. Just pay attention to the small things and the moments.
Yes.
You have to.
Absolutely.
They're very, very, very.
Yeah.
So with all this, do you have any conclusive pinpoint laser message for all of us that you can think of?
Just, you know, with every step that you take, Philippians 3:14, King James Version.
Okay.
With every step that you take all of it. Take all of it. Because there is a message, there is a lesson there. Whether it's good or bad, it was going to happen anyways. So don't beat yourself up. Just keep stepping. Keep going. K.I.M. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Okay.
And, you know, as long as you have the eye for faith, you won't drown.
No, there it is right there.
I love it.
Well, y'all, there it is right there. Once again, this is the Just a Messenger podcast, where we're just trying to change the world one message at a time. And what is that message? It's the message of love, of hope, of joy, and of peace. And until next time, selah.
Love you, guys. Love you, girl. Thank you.
Love you too.